Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Oh man, what a 24 hours it has been. During yesterday's video, my Twitter account apparently got suspended by Twitter. As you guys can see here, I've got 0 followers, following nobody, and I'm sure if you guys have been trying to get a hold of me, you've been having some problems. Well, so I don't know if you guys know this. I did have a Working Money account that did officially get suspended by Twitter, but this most recent one, I'm still able to see what's going on Twitter. So they have just suspended this account, apparently temporarily, because here's the email from Twitter here, guys. And I have a feeling it has to do with, it says here, overlapping accounts. There are a lot of imposters in the XRP community trying to impersonate certain YouTube personalities. And I'm assuming they thought that maybe my account was one of them. So I reached out to them, and what they said to me was that they are willing to actually restore one of my accounts. This had to do with my appeal from way back when I was trying to get my original account reinstated, and then I made the mistake of letting them know I had a different account. So now they've suspended both of them. And they said to me, you may select one account for restoration. The rest will remain suspended. Okay, so here's the situation I'm in, guys. I can still see what's going on Twitter, and I have let them know that I want my latest Working Money CH account reinstated. So that will be the account. In the meantime, I won't be on Twitter, I guess. So come to YouTube for the videos. Guys, I will keep you updated on this Twitter saga. And I want to continue here, guys. Yesterday I did a video. I posted this tweet here by I posted this tweet here from Donald Trump, and XRP Africa is holding me accountable to this, saying that that tweet was indeed a fake. So this is apparently the real tweet. Biggest and fastest financial recovery in history. Next year will be the best ever unless a very sleepy person becomes president and massively raises your taxes, in which case a crash, or in which case, comma, crash, exclamation point. You guys can see this here, this from the real Donald Trump, and sure enough, it does indeed check out. So was this a fake tweet or not? Originally, this tweet had the typo in it, but guys, if you look at this, the timestamp on this tweet was 11:03 a.m., and it looks as though Donald Trump, or whoever is controlling Donald Trump's account, actually deleted this tweet and reworded it so that there was no typo in the tweet. So very astute observation. I wanted to thank XRP Africa for pointing that out. But indeed, it was a deleted tweet, and it looks as though Donald Trump's camp replaced it with this tweet here. In the crypto market, guys, nothing to write home about still. This is XRP on the daily. We can see right now it's trading at 23.8, so not really coming out of this level here. Here, you guys can see it better on the hourly. You guys can see that we have just been kind of basing in this level here, just kind of anywhere between 23 cents and 24.3, give or take. So we've just kind of been vacillating there, kind of waiting for the next shoe to drop. What's going to happen? Buyers and sellers are finding a nice little nook in there for XRP. The same is going on with Bitcoin. We can see that the price of Bitcoin has just kind of been hovering in and around that $10,000 range. This is Bitcoin on the hourly. Let me put it back on the daily to show you guys there. So just kind of finding some comfort in that range. Buyers and sellers finding a nice little region to purchase Bitcoin, XRP, all the other cryptos at this moment in time. And so you guys can see here, this level has just kind of been hovering in here. So we're seeing it, we saw it back here back in February, and then it topped out here back in June before moving upward, and now it's come back down. It went up higher, it's come back down, and finding nice support back in that level. Now the question is, are we going to go lower? Are we going to go higher? That's going to depend on several different factors. If we do move to the lower end, I could see us going to 8,700, and if we go higher, we do have to pierce that $12,400 range. When we look at the bigger picture, the S&P 500, guys, has continued to take a dive yesterday. Third consecutive day where we've seen losses on the S&P 500. This is the S&P on the daily. Okay, so it reached all-time highs, broke that, and now it looks like sellers are selling off their positions. Big stocks like Apple, we're seeing the same kind of trend, okay? I have a feeling this is going to happen across many markets, so we just got to keep an eye on that, make sure we are hedging ourselves appropriately. And guys, I saw this from Credible Crypto. People are starting to take notice And I'll say it again, expect XRP to outperform Ethereum over the coming months. This has nothing to do with fundamentals or my affinity towards either coin, just the charts, plain and simple. And what he's talking about here is when you look at the XRP to the ETH chart, there's an interesting trend forming here. So if we let's put this on. Okay, so it's on the daily here and put it on the log. Going to compress this down just a little bit here. So this is XRP compared to Ethereum, and why he thinks that XRP is going to outperform Ethereum is demonstrated down here. So you guys can see XRP compared to Ethereum has been going down since about 2018, December 2018. But now we're getting fairly close to a level of resistance down here. Okay, so this is the level down here, and it reaches actually all the way up here, and we've already kind of dipped down in there. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm using tops of wicks, bottoms of tails, and you guys can see that down here. This level here, very, very wide support zone. And if you can see it over here, you can see we've already dipped down. Now, there was a long wick down here on March 12th, but we've already dipped down into that zone. And so the prediction coming from Credible Crypto is that we are going to see XRP outperform Ethereum in the coming months. So this is an interesting perspective because, we have seen XRP rise in the past, and when it does rise, it tends to really shoot up fast, or at least it can. It has the potential to. So could we see that meteoric rise for XRP like we did see back in 2017? Compared to Ethereum, based on the Ethereum XRP chart, it is quite possible. I have a feeling that the theory behind it would be, at least in 2020, would be that the DeFi hype has settled down and people are looking to invest in alternative investments. So could we see the price of XRP rise compared to Ethereum? Credible Crypto seems to think so. Also, the Scanalyst here on Twitter. This was his original tweet, retweeted by Credible Crypto. And guys, I saw this from Pablo XRP Bar on Twitter. So this just posted through my door. They seem desperate for gold and silver, almost begging. Tell your friends and family, and unable to attend, we will come to you. Economic crash incoming. Do they know something we don't know? Here's a flyer actually saying this is a gold buying event. Don't miss out on this golden opportunity. Basically begging for your gold and silver. Now, this is important because we have to understand what is going on in the market. Let's bring back the S&P 500 on the daily. So we are seeing a weak S&P, the Dow Jones Industrial Average up here. Also, we're seeing weakness here. And the NASDAQ, let's look up the NASDAQ here. Also, we're seeing some weakness. So American stock market's coming down a bit. Is this just the beginning of the end? Is buying gold and silver and cryptocurrency, in my opinion, going to be the new hedge? Well, guys, if you look at gold here, gold prices, we saw an uptick, but that downtrend is not nearly as bad as what we're seeing in American stock markets. This is actually forming a bullish pennant. So we're seeing a positive retracement here on gold. And if I bring up silver as well, we're seeing the same kinds of pattern. These are just the spot prices here. So bullish pennant, as opposed to a free fall, which is not a pennant at all. It's a very bearish movement to the downside. We can see this as reflected in these candlesticks and also the high negative selling volume. And at least 3 nations are to replace their currency with CBDCs by the year 2030. We've been talking on this channel a bit about the digital yuan replacing the US dollar as that global reserve maybe one day. And this article stating the digital yuan will not unseat the US dollar, at least not right away. 3 to 5 nations worldwide will entirely replace their fiat currencies with a central bank digital currency, or CBDC, by the year 2030, a European think tank predicts. Dutch fintech-focused non-profit think tank DGen released a report devoted to geopolitical trends of CBDCs on September 9th, titled Report on Geopolitical Ramifications of CBDCs. The 30-page report takes a deep dive on the status of major global fiat currencies like the USD, the Euro, and the Chinese Yuan. Compiled with support from institutions like the European Central Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, and the Frankfurt School, the report makes some big predictions on the impact of CBDCs on the global financial system. So one of the biggest predictions was just that 3 to 5 nations will change out by 2030, and they talk a little bit about the Bahamas and Sweden as already being fairly far ahead with regards to their CBDC rollout. Among other predictions, they are saying that the euro will be taken over by the Chinese digital yuan by 2025. The think tank stressed the need for the ECB to establish a suitable environment for the prosperity of the digital euro, noting that otherwise the fiat currency is at risk of losing its position in the global economy. Philip Sadner, head of the Frankfurt School, criticized the ECB for its apparent lack of action. The ECB's reaction has been too slow, especially the benefits from a CBDC for the industry, i.e. Based on programmable money, are currently neglected. Given Libra and the DC/EP, the digital yuan, the ECB has to quickly react to keep its geopolitical position. So they are saying that first the digital yuan is coming after the euro. And could it unseat the USD? Well, that's who it would be coming after next, guys. I'll link this article in the description for those of you who want to read further. This from Michael at Val5Links on Twitter with regards to Congress. New American Compete Act aims to beat China in blockchain. So introduced last week on Tuesday, the American Competitiveness of a More Productive Emerging Tech Economy Act, dubbed the American Compete Act, is already slated to be discussed a week later in a House Energy and Commerce Committee markup hearing tomorrow. The rapid pace of the bill could mean this may be the first bill that the House of Representatives votes on that specifically looks to ensure that the U.S. is competitive on blockchain technology against China. So guys, this bill specifically geared towards the United States being competitive with China with regards to blockchain technology. So the new bill asks for numerous studies of this type across a variety of emerging technologies such as AI, quantum computing, and Internet of Things, the IoT, and blockchain. Emerging technologies such as quantum computing and blockchain technology have expanded the horizons of humankind drastically, changing the way we exchange information and interact with the world around us. So this could be good for the United States with regards to, catching up, being on the forefront of technology, to be able to compete more effectively with countries like China, who have already kind of, gone full force, already planning to roll out their CBDC and many other technologies. So Kathy McMorris is a congresswoman who's part of this. McMorris Rogers explained how it was critical to beat China in emerging technology. And here's a quote: "As we have seen in past global crises and in recent months, the Chinese Communist Party will do whatever it takes to get ahead by stealing, cheating, and subsidizing their state-owned enterprises. We cannot out-subsidize China or beat them at their own game, nor should we," said McMorris Rogers. China's state-backed blockchain-based service network, the BSN, has been rapidly advancing in 2020. The BSN is described on its website as a network used to deploy and operate all types of blockchain distributed applications, dApps, and has already integrated with 6 public blockchains, including Tezos, Neo, Nervos, EOS, IRISnet, and Ethereum. This means developers around the world are being invited to innovate in blockchain on Chinese data servers at a low cost, with a potential high price tag of seeing China and not the United States become the next epicenter of the internet. So guys, this could be what the United States needs at this point in time in order to be able to fully compete with China. I wanted to thank Michael at Val5Links for posting that. I also saw this one, guys, here. This from the Cryptic Poet, one Cryptic Poet on Twitter. FinecoBank, a subsidiary of Ripple partner UniCredit, adds Fidelity International funds to UK offering. So they are a subsidiary of one of Ripple's partners. The largest Italian lender, UniCredit, is strengthening its investment offer to UK clients with a suite of funds from Fidelity International. The agreement means Fineco can offer its UK clients additional access to a wide variety of asset classes with a range of different investment strategies available as well. Inside the app, the new funds will be accessible via the FinecoBank investment platform, which offers a combination of banking and trading services. So pretty interesting stuff there coming out of Europe, guys. I'm going to keep moving along here. This from XRP Crypto Wolf. Digitex Futures is launching XRP and gold futures markets this month. XRP spot markets will launch in the fourth quarter with 0 fees, so more integration, more interest, buzzing around XRP as a product, getting people interested, getting the name out there. So here's the tweet from Digitex Futures. Our community has been asking whether we'll still be releasing new markets as our 2020 roadmap originally stated, and the answer is yes. We're launching XRP and gold futures markets later this month. Spot markets will follow in quarter 4. All available to trade with 0 fees. So guys, this from Digitex Futures if you are interested in that. More news here, guys. Coming out of the VeChain camp, VeChain attends blockchain conference with Bosch and EU Commission. So under the name Potential Opportunities and Berries, which I think is supposed to say barriers of blockchain technology, the second Cyprus Blockchain Summit will take place digitally, aimed at forward-thinking organizations. The summit will aim to discuss the potential of this technology for professionals on the banking sector, insurance, financial services, human resources, and supply chain management, among others. This event is organized by IMH, the largest business knowledge transfer organization in Cyprus, according to its website. Dedicated to creating and organizing similar events, IMG has organized the second Cyprus Blockchain Summit with Cyprus Blockchain Technologies, Cyprus Blockchain Association, and the private association Cyprus Computer Society. The conference aims at the following, and guys, here is a quote, to help inform businesses of the latest trends and developments in blockchain and how it can be used to enable new capabilities. And this is only the second one, but VeChain making a presence here, VeChain blockchain, and the change in business model. Among the participants of the event are companies like VeChain, represented by Dimitrios Neoklios, the European Commission for Digital Innovation in Blockchain, and Robert Bosch Group, the UK Blockchain Government Association, among others. According to the official program, blockchain is one of the new disruptive technologies conceived with a more democratic vision of the internet with greater transparency. Blockchain has the potential to impact the way the world does business. And so just going to go down here. Here's how VeChain will participate. VeChain and Bosch will talk about practical applications of blockchain technology. In addition, the German giant will discuss its blockchain strategy and how Bosch is addressing the challenges of this type of technology. The potential of decentralized finance through its practical application of blockchain technology will also be discussed. VeChain will close this session with the presentation of its VeChain toolchain. Dimitrios Neoklios, ecosystem manager for VeChain, will present the following: how blockchain technology disrupts the healthcare industry by enhancing patient centricity, improving the trust and transparency between the healthcare providers and patients. So VeChain, guys, playing a major part in this changing world. If we move on to blockchain technology for things like supply chain and management, basically organization, this is what these guys do really well. And you got to think of all those industries out there like healthcare. I mean, you can name basically any industry, and I think that there would be a need for VeChain, especially these large companies that need to be able to streamline and organize essentially their workflow, their supply chain, anything on a large scale. VeChain has the potential to help. So very, very interesting. Great to see them at this blockchain conference. Guys, I saw another one here on Twitter from the Cryptic Poet. Ripple partner TPBank signs with Backbase to transform the bank's traditional products, services, and core banking system. So this coming out of Vietnam. Vietnam's Tien Phong Commercial Joint Stock Bank, TPBank, accelerates their digital transformation with Backbase, a digital-first banking platform to transform the bank's traditional products, services, and core banking system. So Backbase drove the digitization to enable TPBank to operate on a secure, efficient, and sustainable omni-channel digital platform that is agile and scalable as the bank prepares for strong future growth and expansion. TPBank's digital transformation has enhanced its value proposition in delivering high-quality and digital-first products and services to its customers and partners. With Backbase's solutions, TPBank has successfully revamped its mobile and internet banking system, which was in development for the last decade, in just 9 months. And here's a quote down here from the regional head for ASEAN and India of Backbase. Reedy Dutta says, now more than ever, banks need to respond swiftly to greater customer expectations while implementing digital transformation with minimal disruptions to remain competitive in the current marketplace by implementing more efficient business models and delivering superior value to its customers. The CEO of TPBank said Backbase's global expertise and extensive range of solution has allowed TPBank to successfully navigate our digital transformation roadmap and accelerate the development of our digital banking product services for the next 5 to 10 years. Our digital innovation journey that has been undertaken with Backbase has placed the people at the center of our digital investment, with technology being the critical driver in transforming our bank and ensuring we stay ahead of the competition in the next digital banking revolution. And guys, this is a digital banking revolution. You know, some of you guys are saying, you know, there's all these connections to Ripple, and I think it's just a coincidence. How can you be sure that Ripple and XRP will fuel the internet of value with regards to payments? Well, guys, we're already starting to see it. We're already starting to see little movements in the world. And if you guys are brand new to the space, you don't remember 2018 or 2017 or even 2016 or 2015 where Ripple was trying to still build those partnerships. Now we've grown to over 350 partnerships worldwide. And not only that, they're continuing to grow. One of those is with the Flare Network. So guys, I saw this from the Daily Hodl. And this was originally taken from Crypto Eddie's video from yesterday. Guys, I will link Crypto Eddie's video in the description if you haven't seen it. It is definitely worth a watch. But let me just read you a little bit of this. Ripple partner and crypto startup Flare Networks says it's bringing smart contracts to XRP, and it could move on to other networks like Bitcoin and Litecoin in the future, according to Flare co-founder Hugo Filion. Filion notes, however, that holders of Flare's native token Spark will have the last say whether the protocol will expand to other blockchains. Spark investors can hold a governance vote after Flare launches in December. So guys, remember, if you hold XRP, you can get, there's going to be an airdrop, one-to-one Spark tokens. If you have the Ledger Nano S or X, you can claim them straight from your Nano. You don't have to move them at all. You just have to follow a few short steps. And guys, it's super easy. I did a how-to video. I'll link it up here in the right-hand corner for those of you guys who still haven't seen that. So Filion did an interview with Crypto Eddie. The immediate purpose of Flare is to provide a platform for XRP value to be used with smart contracts. This is from Filion, okay? This is a quote. And we've defined that quite succinctly with the FXRP system in the Flare paper. That's really the first purpose. And then also in the Flare paper, it's defined something called the Spark-derived application. And these will allow the system to expand such that the value from other networks that are not Turing complete, like Bitcoin or Litecoin, could be replicated in the same way that FXRP is being put onto the network. That is something that will have to be a governance issue and something that Spark token holders will vote on over time. So Spark token holders will definitely have a vote with this, and if you are a Spark token holder, chances are you are an XRP holder as well. According to the white paper, Flare is a Turing complete. Okay, so it gives you a bit of a description on what that is. Gonna skip down here though. Another quote from Filion, Spark is the token of the network, but the network is a smart contract network, and Spark is used to collateralize, or basically to provide safety to the FXRP system. The FXRP system is the system that allows for the decentralized or trustless issuance of XRP on Flare. So what that means is that you have XRP on Flare, and that then allows you to use XRP with smart contracts. So as I was saying before, Ripple's partnerships have grown and grown and grown. Basically, what these companies are realizing is that the system works. XRP solves a problem, and now we're seeing this start to expand in other facets, not just cross-border payments. And an example here is with the Flare network. 3 years ago, or even 2 years ago, or even a year ago, maybe some of us would have had our minds blown had we heard this announcement then. But now, as XRP advances and Ripple continues to forge ahead in the space, and especially after Brad Garlinghouse made that comment about being the Amazon in the space, they want to focus on cross-border payments first and then reach out into new verticals. This kind of thing doesn't surprise me. So boom, another use case. XRP can now be used with smart contracts, making many ERC20 tokens kind of not necessary in a lot of ways. So guys, again, I urge you to watch Crypto Eddie's video. Again, I will link it in the description here. I also saw this, speaking of partnerships, Ripple's partner ACI Worldwide and Currency Cloud Inc. new big deals in Canada and India. This brought to us by the Cryptic Poet. So more global deals here with Ripple partners. According to Business Wire, Ripple partner ACI Worldwide is helping the State Bank of India to upgrade its payment switching system. Meanwhile, another partner of the Ripple giant Currency Cloud has teamed up with Canadian payment firm Dunbridge Financial, which I reported on just yesterday, to allow clients of the latter to hold 30 currencies in e-wallets and exchange payments with more than 180 countries. So for those of you guys who do not know, ACI Worldwide is a major provider of software and solutions for digital payments in real time, and they have struck a partnership deal with the State Bank of India, the biggest bank in India's public center. Don't know if you guys remember 2018, Ashish Birla already stated that Ripple had 50% of Asia, and now it's sounding like that number is growing and growing, and I'm sure this deal has impacted that number as well. ACI has helped the bank to upgrade and expand its payment switching systems by means of ACI's retail payment solution. And these guys are huge, 22 branches around the country, And apart from that, the bank has branches in more than 30 countries globally, so they are a widespread bank, not just in India, and they have 60,000 cash machines. Yesterday, we heard about the currency cloud deal, so I'm not going to get into that, but guys, the partnerships keep growing and growing. Again, bringing us to this point, is it all just by happenstance, coincidences, or is this thing really going to get as big as everybody says it is? I wanted to bring this thread up to you guys. I thought this was great. Martin Volk here on Twitter, at MartinCPVolk. And Martin, I know you were tweeting at me the other day or yesterday, and you saw that my Twitter account has been temporarily suspended. I just want to let you know, man, I did see your tweet. Maybe you were going to talk to me about this. Anyway, I found this on your Twitter, and I wanted to take a look at it. And so you guys got to think about this for a second. Let's take a closer look at a level playing field in banking and why regulatory clarity is so important. The information used here comes directly from the BIS. Martin goes on to say that while crises often span borders, the pain is always domestic. At the political level, therefore, the temptation is for a narrow national policy response that tends to make the playing field uneven, the very opposite of what we should be aspiring to. When the great financial crisis hit in 2007 to about 2009, for example, national approaches prevailed, notably in the form of ad hoc ring fencing and recapitalization of domestic banks and governments. Cross-border banking receded significantly, with the Financial Stability Board becoming accountable to the G20 and thus bridging between elected politicians, experts, and standard setters. There is some hope that future crises will not only be less likely, but also less likely to trigger uneven policy responses. And guys, this is where Ripple comes in. They have always been touting an even playing field and have designed technology to implement just that. In December 2017, the Basel Committee oversight body finalized the Basel III framework. This framework leaves banks able to plan with less regulatory uncertainty. The agreed regulatory framework redresses the key shortcomings exposed by the great financial crisis, such as insufficient bank capital, too much leverage, insufficient liquidity buffers, and overstretched maturity transformation. It is key not to neglect the regulation of non-banks, where much still remains to be done. The Basel Committee has established the Regulatory Consistency Assessment Program to monitor this process and to align incentives across jurisdictions. Private financial institutions also have an important role to play, as achieving a level playing field requires upfront investment in IT systems and other tools to avoid unnecessary technical delays. A regulatory approach to financial innovation, especially fintech, is so important. Regulators have to provide a level playing field for all participants, banks and non-banks alike, while at the same time fostering an innovative, secure, and competitive financial market. So what defines a level playing field in this context? Martin goes on to say, when banks and fintech firms compete for the same customers with similar services and by taking similar risks, they should be similarly regulated. Same risk, same regulation, but different players may be operating under very different regulatory regimes. This may create unintended regulatory gaps. All of this puts a premium on regulatory and supervisory cooperation at both the international and the sectoral level. What does Ripple say about this? And then he links to an article from 2017. I'm not going to read you the full article, but I will leave it here in the description, guys. Very, very important to note that Ripple is also on top of making sure that a level playing field is part of their priorities moving forward with this new innovative technology. They've created a system that can allow people to transfer millions, trillions, quadrillions of dollars for fractions of pennies in under 5 seconds. So if that can't change the world of banking, what will? Think about it for a second, guys. Their priorities are lined up with the Bank for International Settlements. Again, Martin says this is from the BIS. Coincidence? I think not. Something else I wanted to share with you guys real quick here. Coincidences, coincidentally and aptly named, from I Am Legion here on Twitter. Swift works with Accenture on DLT since 2014. Accenture works with multiple countries to develop CBDCs, i.e. Sweden, the US, and more. Swift partners with R3 on DLT. SIA partners with R3 on DLT. SIA and R3 and NTT Data bring solutions to 200 banks. Now, what else have we noted? The Bank of England tests ILP. The Bank of Japan tests ILP. The European Central Bank tests ILP. Hyperledger Quilt, the NTT Data, Quant, and Ripple are also using ILP. Quant partners with Ripple on Hyperledger Quilt project, and Quant partners with SIA. Accenture partners with Ripple. Swift completes cross-border payment workshop with Ripple and others. Ripple and XRP gets integrated into R3's core to settler, but I'm 100% sure this is all a coincidence. Guys, if you don't think that the world is going to run on Ripple either directly or indirectly, you have not been paying attention. Okay, that's not to say that every single dollar is going to run through XRP, but just take a look at the broader picture. Take a look at what's going on, take stake and comfort in what you're invested in. You can sit back and think to yourself, boy, I really made a great decision banking on the XRP token, considering it is something that isn't just delivering on promises. XRP is actually solving problems today. Not only that, guys, with a team like Ripple behind it, there is nowhere to go but up. Take a look at the Flare network, for example, another use case for XRP, being able to manage smart contracts. Guys, another vertical means more use cases means more demand for XRP, and you guys know what demand means. Price will eventually go up. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.